Hello, DDPY family. I'm Spence here in Houston, Texas, Kingwood to be exact, on the northeast side. Today is Friday, February 11th, 2022. It's about 11 a.m. Yeah. And I made a post the other day on the 2022 Positively Unstoppable Challenge page on Facebook and the DDP Yoga page on Facebook. And I told the guy, I said, man, I think I'm done. I'm done. I think DDPY has taken me as far as my body will let it. It didn't take me where I wanted to go, which was 219, 220. But DDPY has taken me where I needed to be. And that's kind of hard to reconcile, what you need versus what you want in life. And man, I was pissed. I was dejected. You talk about being on a downer. I was. And I know how hard I've worked, and I do things kind of crazy. I do things, I make it my own, like Dallas says. I make the DDPY my own. And my whole philosophy for me, I'm not saying anybody else should do this, but for me, I try to kill myself every day. I don't go into a workout thinking, golly gee, this is going to be fun. It's business to me. It's the business of saving my life. And I have a goal. I know what I want to be at in terms of weight. I know what I want to look like. I know what I can and can't do and what's can't. But, I'm 48 years old. I'm not getting any younger. So I know there are certain issues and things I have to work around. I have worked my ass off, and I have actually gained weight, 14 pounds in the last month and a half. And my whole point is, how on earth is that possible? Never in the history of fitness or existence or activity, just movement of the human body, energy, times mass, E equals MC squared, whatever formula you want to use. If you spend more energy, if you burn more calories than you take in, you're going to lose weight in anything. That is human scientific fact. But I did just the opposite, and it took a really wonderful person to explain things to me the other night, and I'll be forever grateful. It still doesn't register. I'm still processing it, but I have to trust what they're telling me is real. You kind of have to take in more calories to burn more calories. I got to raise my metabolism. So what happened is I started April 28th at 365 pounds. I had a BMI that I found out because I just programmed my Withings scale, Bluetooth or to Wi-Fi, and there's an app on my phone called HealthMate. And anyway, April 28th, 2021, I was 365, 47.5 BMI, and I forgot the other stats. Now I'm at 33, 35 BMI, 0.4, somewhere in there. I don't know the specifics. And I'm 265. But what happened is I went from April 28th at 365 to my 48th birthday a few months later on September 5th. I was 250, 255, somewhere in there. That's 105, 110 pounds, depending on water intake and all that stuff. Just what I ate that day. I started drinking 1 gallon to 2 gallons of water. I was organic and gluten-free, no booze. And at that point, I challenged myself to do not just one hardcore DDPY workout, but 2 and 3. I wanted to take my body to extremes. I wanted to challenge myself. I'm in a position where I can do that. If I could work out 12 hours a day, I would. That's how much I love it. But I started making it my own each and every day, challenging myself. I threw in a weighted vest. I upped the weight on that. Now I'm up to 72 pounds. And around October, I started doing keto. And I didn't do my due diligence looking at what I needed to do while on keto, what was going to happen to my body after I got off the keto. And some things happened that I wasn't prepared for. And I thought, well, as long as I'm putting in the work and I'm, burning more calories than I take in, I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to meet my goal I'm going to get there. There's not a doubt in my mind. And then I noticed my weight started planing off. It wasn't coming down anymore. It was planing off. And I thought, well, hell. Well, okay, here comes Thanksgiving. You know, I never wavered. I never wavered in that entire time of my diet. One day I had a big bowl of dressing and gravy, and I poured it over. I ate it. Okay, well, there you go. As far as the booze, I've had a few drinks. I had a funeral mass to attend of a dear friend, and it wasn't that I said I just have to have it. I just naturally walked over and just, started beer and then went to the hard stuff. So 2 days I've screwed up dietary-wise. Anyway, I'm back on my diet almost immediately. I never stopped working out. My recovery days are Saturday and Sunday, and I usually do some light stretching. I always do my bed flex. I always do my breathing 2.0. Okay? I always do my wake up 2.0. I have done everything right. And then in the last month, I've actually gained 14 pounds. And that's after 4.5 months of this. I went, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to quit working out entirely. I'm going to maintain, but I'm not going to kill myself only to gain more weight. I don't care about gaining. I don't have any desire to gain muscle mass. I want to lose fat. I don't want to get bigger. I'm 48. Nobody's watching me walk down the sidewalk and going, God, I wonder how much he squats or benches. I'm not into that. I want to look good and I want to feel good. So after 4.5 months of busting my ass, which I'm happy I did, I don't look at it as a total loss or a waste of time by any stretch. I trust DDPY. I trust Dallas. I trust Pat. I trust these guys. I mean, it obviously works miracles, but to have that happen, man, it just sent me into a tailspin. And I just said, I'm done. Not that I don't believe in DDPY, but I believe it's taken me as far as my body will allow it. And that was something that I had to come to terms with. And it was not easy. And I had a conversation last night with a wonderful person that put things in perspective. It's still hard to believe, but I'm trying to process it, and I'm trusting it. And I know this. For me, I'm going to be gluten-free and organic as much as I can. More important to me, in my opinion, to be gluten-free than it is to be organic. But I'm at wit's end. I don't know how this has happened to me, but it has. And not every video can be sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes it's just going to be negative because it's the truth. It's a negative situation. My situation is this: how do I take this negative and turn it into a positive? A lot of y'all have seen my videos, or some of you have seen my videos and my pictures, and I'm always wearing something with Tennessee. I'm a volunteer at heart. Excuse me. And there are 7 maxims that were instilled in the university by one of our coaches from the 20s, and who coached there for 26 years, General Robert Reese Nealon, and they recite them before every game. And one of the maxims is, if at first the brakes of the game go against you, don't let up. Put on more steam. A motivational speaker, he was once a player at Tennessee. His name's Inky Johnson. He stresses that. And, you have to put on more steam when the brakes of the game go against you. And right now they're going against me. And I'm never going to quit. But I'm praying that DDPY still has, it can still take my body to where I want it to go. I've got miles to go, and I'm not going to give up. But I just have to make some adjustments, and that's where I'm at. So I'm not going to quit. I'm just going to put on more steam. And if anybody out there has some ideas about what I need to do as far as dietary, because I'm not going to quit working out. I'm not going to quit my intensity level. I'm not going to quit wearing a vest. I'll learn how to mix it up. I'm going to learn how to incorporate more recovery time and stuff like that. But it doesn't seem how anybody can put in any amount of work on the mat, whether it's what I do or it's, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week. It's not the point. The point is if you're putting in the work and you're doing all the right things, why are you not losing weight? How do you gain weight? Well, apparently it had a lot to do with the keto that I was on and me not taking in enough calories. So I'm just trying to get a conversation started. I'd love to hear your comments on, how best to cut weight and get ripped. And that's my goal. It sounds a little superficial, but that's what I want to do. 219 pounds. Right now I'm at 266. How do I get to 219? Everybody have a great day. I love you, and keep hitting the mat.